exploration of the philosophical foundations of education. This guide highlights your important role as a teacher and how your personal education philosophies shape your views in life and learning. We will summarize 7 key educational philosophies and discuss their impact on their teaching practices, aiming to help you to develop your own philosophy and understanding the deeper purpose of education. Philosophy, which means love of wisdom, provides a framework from understanding, knowledge, and existence and relationship. It guides how we create curricula, formulate educational policies, and evaluate our teaching methods. Join us as we uncover how these philosophies influence our approach to learning and inspire us to create meaningful educational experience.
Continuing our introduction, so let's talk about essentialism. This philosophy believes that teachers should help students learn basic knowledge, skills, and values that they need to succeed in life, and also focuses on important subjects like math, science, and history. And the aim is not to change society, but to teach the student values and knowledge to help them become good citizens. In essentialism, teachers are seen as a guide and role model. They work hard to make sure students learn basic through a strict curriculum. This often means longer school days and more focus on important subjects. The goal is to give students a strong foundation of skills and knowledge that they can use in their adult lives. So up next, we will explore the next educational philosophy with our next speaker, Mr. Mendoza.
Now, let's move on to progressivism. Unlike essentialism, progressivism teaches students how to think and adapt to our ever-changing world. Progressivist teachers believe that education isn't just about preparing for the future, but about living meaningfully in the present. They help students become curious, critical thinkers who can handle life's constant changes. In progressivism, learning happens through real experiences. Teachers encourages students to explore, solve problems, and learn by doing. Inspired by John Dewey, a well-known progressivist teacher, this approach uses hands-on activities, field trips, and interactive games to help students connect with their world around them. And that is all for progressivism. Up next is Miss Merida that will dive into the next educational philosophy that brings its unique approach to teaching and learning.
Perennialism looks. Let's look at perennialism. This philosophy is all about teaching the same big ideas and skills to everyone, focusing on what makes us human. Perennialists believe the school should help students build strong thinking and moral skills. They, of, they often focus on classic subjects like literature, philosophy, and history, topics that last through time. In a perennialist classroom, students dig into big questions and explore ideas that have often discussed with the generation. Teachers are the guides helping students understand life deeper, meaning through discussion and timeless texts. It's all about learning skill to make smart choices and understand the world better. Did you know some of the books perennialists use like this Aristotle have been studied by thousands of years? So now let's pass it over the Miss Baliber to dive in the next teaching approach.
Let's talk about existentialism. This philosophy helps students see themselves as special individuals who are responsible for their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Existentialist teachers guide students to explore different paths so life they can find what really matters to them. They encourage students to make choices that reflect who they are. In an existentialist classroom, students get to pick what they learn, especially in subjects that let them express their feelings and creativity. Learning happens at each student's own pace. and teachers support them without pushing their own beliefs. This way, students can understand themselves better and find their place in the world. Next up is Miss Calisin, who will share the next philosophy and education. Thank you.
Next, we have behaviorism. This idea says students learn by changing how they act based on their surroundings. Behaviorists believe that what students do is shaped by what's around them. They make classroom friendly and supportive so students can show good behavior that help them fit with others. Behaviorist teachers focus on giving clear instructions and using rewards to encourage good actions. They think about things like light, room setup to keep students interested. By creating the right environment, they help students learn to respond positively to different situations. Now, let's hear Miss Madelar who will talk about the next educational philosophy.
Communication is key. Effective communication is the bridge between ideas and understanding. Linguistic philosophy focuses on helping students express themselves clearly. It's all about sharing what they feel, think, and experience in life. This philosophy teaches learners to send and receive messages accurately, using spoken words, body language, and the tone of their voices. Effective communication helps students connect with others, sharing ideas, and grow individually. Teachers fosters this skill in the classroom by encouraging multilingualism and diverse expression, creating a dynamic space for students to practice, share thoughts, and develop as global citizens. This brings us to the next philosophy, which is the Constructivist approach, presented by Mr. Capistrano, who will explain how students build their own understanding of the world around.
Thank you, Ms. Madelar, for your insight on linguistic philosophy. Now, let's talk about constructivism. This approach is all about helping students build their own knowledge. In a constructivist classroom, teachers create fun experiences where students can explore, ask questions, and connect ideas. Instead of just being given facts, students learn how to find and understand information on their own. This helps become curious and independent thinkers. In this kind of classrooms, teachers act as a guides. They encourage students to work together, share ideas, and learn from each other. The room is filled with conversations and hands-on activities, making them learning exciting. Students not only gain knowledge but also learn how to prepare for a world where they can think for themselves. After this, we will hear from some teachers about their thoughts on educational philosophies.
Hi, kami nga po pala yung BTLED, 1A. Just want to ask, first of all, about the insight of philosophical education. First of all, just want to know what is your name po?
Ano po, Mr. Bain.
And how about this one? Nice to meet you po. Kami po yung BTLED 1A. I just want to ask, how effectiveness, which is the philosophical education in our generation, in our modernization generation in education, which is the Essentialism, Behaviorism, Linguistic philosophy, and Constructivism. So how about you? What is your insight about the modern philosophical education?
One of the philosophical training theory yung naisip ko is yung constructivism.
Yes.
Sa constructivism, it suggests that the students learn through active engagement. Halimbawa, project-based learning. So, you allow your student to work on their own. Bibigyan nyo lang sila ng project and sa project na yun, sila lang yung parang mismo sila yung matututo dun sa project na yun. And also, it encourages academic performance, saka sa teacher naman, it helps it promotes motivation to the students po.
Any insights, sir, about like essentialism, linguistic?
Sa akin siguro yung sa behaviorism. Kasi
Behaviorism.
mas para sa teacher kasi parang doon sila na yung kung paano nila i-assess yung student, kung paano nila ibigay yung learning na kailangan ng student base sa behavior. So yun.
So ayun po yung insight ng other student ng PUPC about in the modern philosophical education.
Thank you to everyone. To wrap things up, let's think about what the teacher showed us in our last video. They showed us how different teaching ideas can change the way we teach and connect with our students. As a future teachers, we get to choose which ideas to use, whether we focus on basic skills, real-life experiences, or helping students build their own knowledge. And our goal is to make learning fun and exciting. Thank you for being with us today. Let's take what we learn and use it in our teaching. Remember, we're not just teaching subjects. We're helping our students grow and succeed. Together, we can make a real difference in education.